Without further ado, let me introduce Mark Busick, Fort Wayne FC's principal owner.
Good afternoon and welcome. I want to thank you all for taking the trouble to come out and be with us today as we make this exciting announcement that is a milestone in the culmination of the past 5 years on what we hope is going to be an even longer journey as we set out 5 years ago to bring professional soccer to Northeast Indiana and to Fort Wayne. So today we are here to announce that it's beginning in the 2026 season, which begins in early March of 2026, we will be joining USL League One. And we're just delighted about, we played for 4 years in USL League 2, and we'll be moving up. We do play this coming season one more year in USL League 2, and we want to make sure that no one loses their focus and forgets about us this coming season as we make that transition to League One. We've got league officials with us here today. We're excited to host them to Fort Wayne. And as most of you have been asking about, we're excited about our stadium. These renderings are from last fall when we first announced the project and located on Bass Road. They've evolved some. I believe this was about 7,500 seats at this time, and now we're up to 8,403. We've added additional amenities and some refinements, and overall it's fairly similar, but I think we've made some changes that you'll find exciting. We're not going to keep pushing out images as things develop, but we break ground next month in March. I had a lengthy conversation this weekend about our general contractors, and they'll begin on dirt work and underground. And I believe they'll have that wrapped up before April is done. And because of the methods that we're using, where we've got kind of a hybrid with some modular grandstands, along with some pre-engineered steel, which is a little bit lighter, a little bit less expensive, but from a time standpoint, we can get it much faster. The fact that it's a little lighter actually works out well since we're using modular grandstands, but we've actually elevated the construction system in terms of the different options for modular grandstands, and it's going to make for some spectacular concourses. We now have 16 suites, and part of the evolution that's taken place is we've got a lot more seating options. So we've got lots of premium options, but one of the things that we've been very sensitive to is trying to make sure that we've got options that work for every family. And so we've got certainly some entry-level pricing on some great seats, and then we've got SRO options that are available at both ends of the stadium. We've got a 120-foot-long bar that sits at the south end of the stadium underneath that LED scoreboard, and so it will be serving wonderful refreshments, and we'll be working hard to have activities and some things going on pre-match, so that you're welcome to tailgate in the parking lots, but it might be fun to come in and enjoy the stadium as well. We're grateful that we have the opportunity to bring professional soccer to Fort Wayne because it's such a historic amount of success in terms of how well they've supported minor league sports in the past. And so we see that as a wonderful feature of the community, but we also recognize that that's not something that we take for granted. We've seen some iterations of professional sports in Fort Wayne that didn't go so well, and quite frankly, the support they didn't receive was because they weren't worthy of it. So we know that it's our responsibility to make sure that we provide with you the best entertainment value for your dollar. And not only do we want to put a competitive team on the pitch, we also want to make sure that that we're giving you the best experience within the stadium itself. So we're just delighted moving forward. I want to real quickly here thank DaMarcus Beasley, my wonderful newer friend. It's been a just a great experience getting to know you, know your heart, and understand your values and what motivates and drives you, and you're the same every day. Nothing, you're not, well, maybe I'll have to pay attention a little better, right? Because your consistency is terrific. Also, real quick, I'm running way over here, but we've got one of our three founders, three primary founders, of which I'm one of, couldn't be here today, and his club is just everything to him. His name's John Bellio. Probably a lot of you know him. He is in the fight for his life right now, going through some pretty difficult treatments, and so it just was a gut punch for him to not be able to come, and because this was a day that we talked about for over a few cold beers, and so it's kind of sad that he's not going to get to be here. And then Eric Magner was really the initiator, who's no longer with the organization, but it would be wrong for us to not recognize the fact that none of this would be happening today if it wasn't for his participation. And also Scott Sproat, who joined us just a few short months ago, 6 months ago maybe, has just been a joy to have in the organization. We know he's a game changer. He's full of energy. He's in 2025, the way the world is today, you have to be careful about when you're pinging somebody and it's office hours, or it's the weekend, or it's 8 o'clock at night or something. I wasn't sure where my boundaries were with Scott, but that ended about 7 minutes after he started with us. And so I wasn't sure if I was going to have to maybe give him some boundaries for me at some point, because 2 a.m. is a little bit late. I was going to check with Stacy and see if there's a on-off button that she hits at night that puts him to sleep. But so anyways, I'm going to go ahead and who's up next? Justin. Good.
Mark, thank you. Thanks, Justin. Today's truly exciting day for Lee and myself, because today is really the professional start of what's going to be one of the best football clubs in the United States, and it's going to happen right here in Fort Wayne. As Mark mentioned, this journey started, I think, a little over 5 years ago. And we knew that we really had to get all the stars aligned. Building professional soccer teams is difficult, and certainly this one was going to be no exception. And so really bringing the whole community together, so many different elements, from ownership to front office, and of course to stadiums. But to do all of that, there's really only one person who could do that, and that's Mark Music. And Mark, we're just so grateful for your commitment to Fort Wayne, your commitment to this sport, to put the work in with all of your other endeavors to make this a reality. So Mark, thank you so much. And Mark excels in so many areas. But building organizations and first-class organizations, certainly for me, I think is one of his best attributes, as you can see, here in this amazing building. And one of his first key hires and key partners he brought on was DaMarcus. And this club from the start was going to be a club for Fort Wayne, by Fort Wayne. And there is certainly no one who embodies Fort Wayne and professional soccer like DaMarcus. We all know DaMarcus's accomplishments on the field, and for him, certainly one of the top players the United States has ever produced. But I know, DaMarcus, that despite all of your accomplishments on the field, this project and the people that you are going to impact through your involvement with this club will rival even your amazing on-the-field accomplishments. 2026, as Mark mentioned, will be the launch, the professional debut of this club, but it will also be a landmark bookend for soccer in the United States. The World Cup came to the United States in 1994 with really the sole purpose of igniting professional soccer here in the United States. And so when we bookend 2026, I think the results will be beyond anyone's even ambitious imagination. Just in the USL, in finish up our 2024 season, we had our championship final in Colorado Springs on CBS, and we were able to outrate even the MLS final a week later, and they had New York versus LA, the two largest media markets in the country. And so it shows how far the game has come, and that's before the amazing new clubs like Fort Wayne that are coming into the USL ecosystem. And that's before the exciting announcements in the competition changes that the USL is bringing with our Division I announcement, with Progrel hopefully coming in the not too distant future. Fans are responding in the millions to USL's community first brand of soccer. And this season coming up in 2025, we'll see over 4 million fans through our gates, millions more across ESPN, CBS, and Peacock. And that is really only the start of where I think USL is having impact off the field, through our academies and the training facilities, the stadiums that we're building, the billions of dollars of economic impact and investment into the game by people like Mark. This is going to be the most exciting time for soccer ever. 2025 will be the year in terms of new team announcements and new stadium announcements. It'll be more than any time ever in the history of soccer. And again, that wouldn't happen without people like Mark and DaMarcus that are putting so much of their time and effort and resources into their communities and building first-class soccer organizations. The power to transform lives is really what the origins of USL was about. My dad, who's our CEO, he came from a really poor family in Greece, emigrated to Canada when he was 14, didn't have a lot going for him. But him and his brother happened to be very good soccer players, which got him into high school, college, and law school, and had a successful career. And so growing up, the soccer I knew transformed my family, its fortunes. And so soccer always had this superpower for me growing up. And I know that the organization that Mark and DaMarcus are building here, there's a lot more, DaMarcuses that, might not have had that opportunity. DaMarcus, had a kind of supernatural skill set. There's a lot of people who, given the right opportunity, they could maybe play in college or maybe play professionally. And the organization that's going to be built here will enable those kids to do that when they didn't have that opportunity before. So DaMarcus, thank you so much for the work that you've done today, the work that you're going to do over the coming years to build a great organization, provide amazing cost-effective entertainment for so many families, and put Fort Wayne on the map of soccer in the United States and around the world. So with that, on behalf of Lee and myself, would like to officially welcome you to USL League One and look forward to years of partnership to come. Thank you.
I'll take it. Justin, thank you, Shane.
Appreciate it, Justin. Thank you. Just a couple of quick points from me. Where do I start? When I came to be a part of this club, I would say about 4.5 years ago, the vision, as Mark said, was always to try to bring professional soccer to Fort Wayne. And today is a special day. We're so proud of everyone that's in this room because you guys are all a part of it. I want to thank Lee, Justin from USL. This is something that started with you guys as well, and bringing your expertise and your thought process of how we can build a club, a real soccer club in Fort Wayne was needed. And so I want to say thank you, and really impressed with how you guys work, and your organization has been first class for us. Second, obviously, person I want to speak about is Mr. Mark Music. You're a special human being. I mean, none of this happens, without you. Your support through the thick and thin, through the good times, the bad times that we've had throughout our short 5-year existence has been amazing. And so I just want to say thank you from me, and obviously from everyone that's here. And lastly, I want to thank every person that's ever been a part of this club. Every single person. From the first year when we had all of our players who were mostly local, every staff member, from our technical staff to our front office staff. This doesn't happen. This day right here, these pictures on the, what do you call this thing?
An easel.
There you go, an easel. That doesn't happen without all of you. From our fans, our community, everyone that's ever been a part of this club and a part of this city. None of this today happens without you. So I want to say thank you from me, from the club, because this is a special moment. And you guys that were part of this club, that's been a part of this club, you guys are a part of this. You made this happen. So I don't want you guys to forget that. We haven't forgotten you. If you guys ever come and to the office, the North office, you guys are all on our wall. From players to staff members to, everyone that's been a part of this club, we have not forgotten you. And we just want to say thank you to everyone that's ever been associated with Fort Wayne FC, because, this is a proud moment for all of us, not only for the staff members and people that are here now, but in our past. This is something that is special. You guys know this is my hometown from Fort Wayne, so this is really, really special to me personally, but I can't say it enough. Thank you to everyone that's ever been a part of this club, because you guys have made us who we are today. And so for me, thank you. And we're looking forward to 2026 to bring in professional football, soccer here in Fort Wayne, and hopefully we can do it all together. And we need your support. So thank you.
Before we conclude, just a couple announcements. Season tickets for this season are currently on sale at our website, fortwaynefc.com. Those who purchase 2025 tickets will get priority seating in 2026 in our new state-of-the-art stadium. Single game tickets for this season go on sale March 26th. We're going to do a brief photo op up here for those of you looking for stills. We'll move the podium, we'll get the backdrop and everything. After that, those of you looking for one-on-one interviews, everybody will be available, including Leo Neal from USL. Our head coach Mike Avery is here, Scott Sproat's in the back. So if you need to find somebody and can't, just track me down. Thank you very much.